is what has been our internal mantra for about a year now. This has been something that, it's taken a long time for us to get to this. It's an acronym, and this is our test. Every single time that we develop something, every single time that we build something, we ask ourselves, does it adhere to our SCRIM building philosophy? Now, what SCRIM stands for is scalable, clear, robust, intelligent, and modular. All of those 5 acronym components make up a program that's actually going to scale. And so everything that we do, every evaluation of all of our architectural programs, things like preference centers, things like privacy compliance, things like lifecycle processing, traffic director, everything else like this is evaluated and built and criticized based on its ability to be scalable, clear, robust, intelligent, and modular. So scalable, overlooked in Marketo. We see a big problem is that a lot of programs, if you have somebody who's not invested as much time in the architecting originally, the operational, security basically, and the robustness of the program, you see what we call silent errors. That is to say that people are building for best case scenarios. They're building for how it works right now, not anticipating how it won't work and how it might fail. And then they have, it's a common problem. If you see something, how long does it take you to identify a key vulnerability, a key mistake in your system after it's been going? Sometimes it happens, 3 months, 6 months. If it's a data management piece that you report on quarterly, you probably won't notice until 3 months down the line. And a key piece of building any architecture and how we do this is to make sure to build for exception alerts. We make this program intelligent, so it will tell us when it's broken. And we can go in as soon as that happens in a real-time fashion and actually fix things so that it's not 3 months later when we have to report to the board and can't explain why we have data that's not trustable. And then the final piece is modular. It's just somebody not thinking through or thinking in best case scenario, we had a 15-minute wait step, it's going to be all fine and dandy. And it'll be true for 90% of the volume. It'll be true for 90% of the cases. But in 10% of the cases, it's going to break. And in that case, you're going to have no idea why. It's going to take digging, it's going to take refixing things, it's going to take adjusting times, adjusting triggers, everything else like that. And so one of the key components that we've figured out over time in order to control this across systems, Marketo runs lifecycle processing, usually has to interact with Salesforce. Salesforce has its own enrichment tools. Salesforce brings in product information if you have an integration from your product into Salesforce. And the way that we control the order of operations against these systems is a CSI processing field, a cross-system indicator processing field. Okay, Edward, I don't really need that much complexity. What if I just said, instead of member of smart list, which is an abstraction smart list and maybe adds extra steps and maybe seems like it might be less clear, what if instead I say, if somebody's Salesforce type is empty, then I want to sync them. And if it's not empty, I don't want to sync them. We say, great, that's fine, but again, not robust. That may be what you start with. That's probably not what you're going to finish with. Even if you are very confident, every single time, it's easier to start from this archetypal version that's based on smart list criteria as opposed to manually building things in, because it's just going to save you time. And especially to have everything in the same structure, it makes it easier to read. It makes it clearer for new people who are coming in and inheriting your instance. So in this case, I think it's really important, and I would certainly encourage people to start using the SCRIM methodology. So look at your setup, look at your overall infrastructure, and start looking piece by piece. Does this adhere to a SCRIM building methodology? Which is to say, is it scalable? Is it clear to a human who's reading it? Is it robust and won't break if we add or modify some small thing? Is it intelligent so that we know when it breaks, how it breaks immediately? And is it modular so that it can easily be added, removed, or improved upon? With an